All right. Well, I was going to come to you with a different video today, but seeing as how, night before last, I went and I shot at a rat with a shot shell. And because, let's walk through the scenario real quick. When you're out walking around on your property at night, you don't normally have safety glasses on, right? And if you notice, I've basically blacked out a pair of safety glasses here because it I can only open my left eye for a few seconds, and my right eye doesn't really want to stay open. So, and it's mostly to do with two effects of a gunpowder burn. One, you got stippling and pockmarking, and if you get that actually on your eye, uh, it can make it very painful to blink. But secondarily, and more importantly, to why is these are blacked out, just some Sharpie marker, but it's what I had at the time. Um, the reason why this is this way is because the other effect of a gunpowder burn, and that is arc burn. A lot of people don't realize this, but it at night when your eyes are at their most open, when your irises are most open, uh, the amount of light that a gun flash will put off can actually burn your retinas, much like how a arc flash does. And this burn is exactly what I'm dealing with right now. I have a two-pronged issue. One is that, and this is why I didn't want to make a video until today, because I had to sit there for last night and the day prior, sitting there washing my eye out and you know Q-tips so I could get the little tiny piece of freaking unburnt gunpowder out of my eye, and that hurt like hell, but it's necessary. If you've never had a gunpowder burn on your eyes or on your skin or whatever, you haven't shot a firearm long enough. Okay, this has happened to me more than once. This is actually why I don't like powder burners for the most part. Specifically, this one problem. Uh, the smell, not that big of a deal. I know I've complained about that in the past, but the smell is kind of acrid, sulfuric. That's why I like black powder more than I like smokeless powder, because smokeless powder has a weird kind of plastic smell to it. Um, but even then, I like my air guns because there's no return powder. There's no possibility of getting powder behind your lenses. There's no possibility of powder arcing backwards from the shot and actually hitting you in the face at all. That's why I like air guns, is because there's no powder involved. There's nothing burning. He's just choking on himself. Get out of my face, dude. Go on. Go on. Papa's recording video. Go on. Anyways, so I wanted to come to you with an update of why everything here at the forge and the homestead and all that has been shut down completely, to the point where yes, I'm still here, and yes, I'm still in a security capacity, which, let's be honest, it's not that big of a deal. It's not really that big of an issue. But if it ever needed to be, I could still, you know, Ray Charles with a scattergun sort of thing. So that's not even an issue. Um, it's just a matter of right now, seeing is a little bit of a difficult issue. I'm not blind. I'm not completely blind, but I'm temporarily blinded. And that's due to the arc flash, like I said, and the chemical return of a speck, just a singular fucking speck, just one little tiny burning piece of powder hit me in the eye, right next to the lens of my eye, right on the iris. And it put itself out, so there was a shard of unburnt powder stuck in a hole that was made by the burning of the powder. And I had to sit there with a Q-tip and pick it out. And so right now I'm just letting my eyes heal. So, any Hoosiers, like I said, if you ain't been shooting firearms long enough for have this happen at least once, then you have not been shooting firearms long enough. And I don't give a shit who you are. It really, honest to God, this has happened to me more than once. And it has happened only with powder burners. I haven't had this happen with an air gun. I haven't had this happen with a coil gun. I haven't had this happen with an arc gun. I haven't had this happen even with a welder. But let me be clear. In the grand scheme of it, most of the time you're not going to have that issue because you're specifically able to wear safety protection, okay? This is why it's such a big deal. But sometimes at night or whatever, or you just walking around doing your thing, you're not wearing a pair of safety goggles. I'm going to be fair and honest, you know. One, you look like a dweeb. Two, people just don't do that. It's not something that crosses your mind immediately. Oh, I'm going to put on my freaking safety glasses while I'm walking around my yard. No other reason than I'm just fucking walking around my yard. It sounds kind of dumb. There's no reason to have the safety goggles on whatsoever. Yeah, I got a gun on my hip, but the gun is on my hip. It's not necessarily being used at that exact point in time. So, no, I'm not going to stick a fucking pair of safety goggles on just to walk around the fucking yard and have the dogs, go take a shit and whatnot. Reality of it is this is how this works. So, enough of my chunnering. Y'all have a nice day. I hope your day goes better than my last couple did. I've got another maybe week and a half of being like this so that I can fucking heal back, and then I'll be right as rain and back on it. It's just going to take some time for my body to heal. Anyways, y'all have a good day. And, oh yes, the suggestions of first aid for this. There's 3. One, if it's just simple arc flash and there's no issue with actual powder burns on your eyes, I suggest first rinsing your eyes out with either saline or water, just clean water, and then wrapping and allowing your eyes to just relax, and it's going to take a couple of weeks for you to heal. If it's powder burns but no arc flash, rinse your eyes out, and then you may need to have somebody do some invasive cleansing, surface cleansing of your eyes in order to get the shards out of your eyes. And then again, wrap or sunglasses, and don't open your eyes while outdoors. And then just allow that to kind of let your eyes heal naturally. There's really not much you can do otherwise. Yeah, you can go to the hospital, but they're going to do the exact same thing I just suggested. And the difference is they're going to charge you thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. For you to be able to get over this stuff, you really just need sunglasses, Q-tips, water, clean, fresh water, bottled or tap water, one of the two, but able to cleanse your eyes, and then time. Most importantly, you need time. This is one of the reasons why I load shotgun shells in my pistol. It does have one shot shell at least at all times in one of the cylinders. You should have that just so that you can have that extra added layer of defense when you can't really see all that great. And for those of you who have blindness, I suggest a shotgun for that reason. For those who have no blindness issues, rifles are perfectly fine. Anyways, like I said, enough of my chunnering. Y'all know the situation. Yeah, update's done. Everybody have a nice day and enjoy yourselves. Bye.